big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another episode of the American Idiot Show, where we will be talking more about that game against Manchester United this past week. Obviously, you know, if you've tuned in to any of the shows that I've been on, it either has been completely blown over or Flawless gotten an argument with Tony Claude about what league Barnsley are in. So I'm really looking forward to getting into it in depth. and we got our guy SHIK on here. SHIK was on that absolute train wreck of a show, but we got him here. We're gonna talk a little ball. We're gonna talk Arsenal, Fulham. We're gonna talk United, Nottingham Forest, and then I want to talk a little bit about the shitbirds down the road, Tottenham as well, and see, is this Ange's last weekend in charge? Who knows? But first,
sacked in the morning.
And Poster, no clue. And Poster, no clue. You know,
no clue. So,
100%. But SHIK, welcome to the show, man. How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing absolutely great. This is, I think, this is my debut on the American Idiot Show. So yeah, I've been watching the show for a very, very long time. I love it. So to be on this show is an absolute honor. To be on the show with TJ and Dal every single time. Make sure you guys obviously run up the likes and subscribe to TJ, man. He's great content creator along with Dal as well. But yeah, I'm doing great. I was a little bit upset after the results that we had, but I've kind of calmed down a little bit. It's definitely not how I was under Ten Hag, where I'd just be pissed all the time. Doesn't matter who we play. I think there were still some positives for myself, like for United fans to take from that game a little bit. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm looking forward to Nottingham Forest. I want a good result. I want us to bounce back. And yeah, just another day of experimentation with Ruben Amorim, I guess. So we move.
Yeah, we move. Yeah, and then Dal, how you doing, bro? You got the good setup. You got the mic situation sorted, man.
Finally got the mic situation. Unfortunately, the camera situation, because my ugly mug is still on there. But yeah, the audio situation's good. The video, hopefully, is not too bad for everyone. But other than that, I'm doing great. Last day of work. Taking a big plane to Maui tomorrow for the week.
Nice.
You lucky son of a...
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh, my God.
That's amazing.
I'm so jealous. You know, it's 19 degrees in Kansas City right now. So
it's about 80 in Maui right now.
Yeah, get the...
It's like 60 in California, so...
Dude, get out of here. We are freezing our balls off here in the Midwest. I'm not going to lie. But everybody smash the likes. Play along in the chat. Hang out with us, guys. We're going to go for about an hour and 15. I'm hanging out with the in-laws this weekend. So this is the last sports talk I'll be able to do for a minute, but let's get it in there. And big up AFC always, as usual, big up, but no, let's talk about the Arsenal Man United game a little bit. I'm disappointed by the way we played. I mean, I think a lot of people are gassing up how we played with the personnel that we played, but I never really felt like we got out of second gear. United held possession for most of the first half. I think we kind of kicked into gear in the second half, but I think if you're going to be, you know, a title challenging side like everybody is saying Arsenal is, you got to be scoring open play goals, especially against a team that's getting used to a new manager. You're playing players out of position. I think they were playing Bruno, like Bruno was in the 8. You're playing, and the front three for United was absolute garbage. Like SHIK, we talked about that on the other day.
Yeah.
But for just speaking to Arsenal, man, like we need to be generating more. I know we rotated some of it. We were missing some players. We're missing Calafiori. We're missing Gabriel. We're going to be missing him again this weekend, by the way. And we're essentially the midfield goes unchanged, and we didn't seriously ever look like scoring from open play. Most of the set pieces that we generated were just from bouncing the ball off somebody on the touchline, and it goes out, right? Yeah. So
I'll take it all day long.
I know, I'll take it all day long. Don't get me wrong. I've been shameless about it, Dal. Yeah. I've been shameless about it. I don't care how we get it done, but it's not sustainable, I think, is my biggest thing. But Dal, what were your thoughts on it, man? I didn't really get get your thoughts on it, bro.
I think that we were absolutely dross in the first half. I thought the first half was really bad. But I didn't think they were that good either. They had a little more possession. I think it was 5 or 6% more. So it wasn't like off the charts. But I think I saw a little more of a spark in the second half. I mean, obviously the set pieces help, but I think we were able to hit them more on the counter. I don't think they had as much possession. The front three gave no real threat. So I think with the notion and the easement of knowing that they have nothing in attack, I think it was really overall just frustrating for us not to score those open play goals. At the end of the day, I think it could have been 4-0. I don't see them scoring at all. Maybe, a set piece in the second half, I think they got close on. But other than that, I don't think Amarim had a real clue of what he was coming up against. I still think that he's going to have, some difficulties in the next few weeks. And you and I, SHIK, talked about this backstage a bit. It's going to be a learning process. I mean, we can use the phase talk and all that. But what it is, though, is it's an 8 or 9 to 10 player clear out for your whole squad. I just don't see any real marquee player in that side that I would even want on my FIFA team, really. You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's just a name. Names thrown together, bad recruiting, not good coaching by Ten Hag, and all that's kind of obviously come to a culmination of him getting sacked. But I think Amarim has a lot of work to do. And like TJ was even saying too backstage, it may be a couple years till you're really challenging for that, maybe that second place spot. But I still think you guys can make some decent cup runs. I think that because you do have the experience in that squad for those one-off games, and maybe Amarim can, find the right formula that works in the cup games and make that work, stretch that out to the Prem. But other than that, I thought it was a training day, to be honest. I mean, we didn't look the best, but we didn't have to be. And I don't want to say you guys are that poor, because I think you guys are actually in the middle of a complete rebuilding right now. Obviously, new owners, Amarim, etc. But he will find a style of play, and if you guys get Gyökeres in January, that's going to open up a lot of doors. But I don't see you guys in the top 4 in any way, shape, or form this season. The defense is just not good. But but anyway, big up for being on the show.
What did you think of the I'm stuttering all over the place and I think I hear an echo, but my head is absolutely gone. SHIK, what are your expectations for Amarim this season? I mean, and obviously give your thoughts on the game from Man United perspective. Obviously, disappointing not to come away with something. I think you guys had the personnel to come away with something, especially with the way that we played. But, you got to second guess some of Amarim's decisions for the starting 11.
Yeah. To talk about the game first, going into the game, I had a lineup which was pretty much like in my head, which was like Onana, De Ligt. To be honest, like to sum it up, pretty much the same lineup as Everton when we put 4 goals past them. So to see that he tried out, to be honest, a completely different lineup than that was a little bit like concerning going into that game. This was literally like, I think an hour before where it kind of, or maybe a little bit before that, where it kind of got leaked and we found out Mount is starting. We found out Garnacho starting. We found out Ahmad's being benched, who's arguably been one of our best players under this system. I mean, the guy's got like 3 assists in like 3 games under him. So yeah, like he's been literally our best player. We do everything from that right-hand side so far under Amarim as well. So it's super, super important. It would make sense like if he was rotating against the likes of like Forest or like, a Bodo Glimt or a Victoria Pleasant in the Europa League. But the Arsenal game, I honestly didn't understand it at all. Now he's come out and said that it has a little bit to do with like rotation and stuff like that. Ahmad apparently was fatigued after the Everton game, which is why I think he was also subbed off, and he had to, and he came on in the second half, so he couldn't start the game. That's what I've heard are some of the reasons. But yeah, like it's more so just we didn't set up the team right from the beginning. Also, you guys had some injuries as well. Like your best defender, Gabriel, who's been in like the news for Arsenal week in, week out, was not playing. And that's something that I feel like we should have capitalized on. And had we maybe put out a little bit of a better lineup, there could have been something. But you guys said it perfect. Manchester United did not deserve to win this game at all. We showed nothing in terms of quality for us to score a goal. Our first shot on target, our best chance came with Dallo, but that wasn't even a shot on target. And our first shot on target came in the 65th minute from a header from De Ligt. And that's about it. Like, the other chance that I can think of was Anthony, but it was already 2-0 then, and I don't think we were going to come back from then anyways. So
yeah,
Ruben Amorim definitely got the lineup wrong. I said this, you were there on Follow Us the Show, and I said this there too, that the only one thing that I have critiqued him so far with anything has just been this lineup. And that's about it. Like, other than that, I had no issue with how we set up. The style was still the same. It's not like it was different. It was just different players in different positions. He made a little bit of a tweak where obviously Luke Shaw had picked up another setback and Martinez was injured, was suspended because of a yellow card. So he had to play Maguire, but he put Mazraoui, who's been playing as a right-sided center back, more on the left-hand side because he knew Saka would be an issue if Malacia or Dallo and Maguire and also Garnacho were on that left-hand side. So he made that little bit of a tweak, which I think to a certain extent, we did keep Saka quiet and we did also keep Odegaard quiet. But I was telling Dallo this backstage about this whole set piece FC thing. Like, I just want to kill it because I'm sick and tired of United fans.
Please do it.
I want to, because I'm sick and tired of United fans. I'm sick and tired of, like, even some Arsenal fans talking about this, like, set piece FC thing. Me right now sitting here, I would want to be set piece FC at this moment. You're scoring goals. Why would someone complain about the fact that you're scoring goals? And another way how I see this is Arteta now has a way of scoring goals if your better players are not performing well in a game. Take this as a game where Odegaard and Saka just didn't perform. Next week they could, and then you might score open play goals next week and won't really as much rely on set pieces. But if it's 0-0 till the 80th or 70th minute and you're not able to score a goal for the life of you, you still have this whole set piece. It's another avenue for you to get goals. So how I see that is not like you guys being boring or you guys like not, oh, you can't, a world-class team like Arsenal can't score open play goals or something like that. No, that's rubbish. It's more so just the fact that you have another way that you have figured out to score goals. Set pieces is the basics of the game. I was telling Dal this, if you're a UFC fighter and you go into the octagon and you don't know how to wrestle, you're going to have a tough time because all that stuff is part of the sport itself. So you have to be able to defend set pieces. That's like basics. And we did it. And we conceded 15 corners in that game, around 15 corners in that game. It pissed me off so much that the 2 times that we conceded a goal was actually from mistakes because we were getting peppered with corners throughout the game.
Facts.
And we were fine. But the 2 times where we made a mistake, when Garnacho loses the ball and then you guys get a corner, or Rashford, I don't know what he was doing there, trying to do keepy uppies in a corner and just kicks it out, and then you score 2 goals. So it's definitely frustrating. We didn't deserve to win the game. We didn't deserve anything from the game, not even honestly a draw. The first half, we had a good defensive performance, but then offense-wise, like I said, we showed nothing. And even with all the changes that we made, Ahmad, Rashford, Xerxes just couldn't do enough at all. Couldn't really show up. Højlund, I thought, got bullied out there, and I expected him to get bullied. If Gabriel and Saliba both had started together, it was going to be the same thing like Haaland. He's pretty much another, like, his build and the type of player that he is kind of like a Haaland, and he has a tough time trying to create goals for himself and get into those positions because he was going to get bullied. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm hoping that this is just a thing where Ruben Amorim kind of looks on this and admits that, okay, I did get this wrong. And I need to kind of figure out again what the best lineup is, because again, it's just, we're 3 weeks in. This is, I think, his 3rd Premier League game, first away game, if anything. And his first away game, also not first away game, second away game, but yeah, first big 6 game for him, first big test. So, I'm not concerned. I don't think United fans should also be like concerned about anything. We watch, Amorim as the season goes, and this goes into the whole expectation conversation is I don't expect him to reach top 4. I don't think our squad right now is capable of reaching top 4. In terms of domestic trophies, I actually said that I wanted us to go a little bit far, but now that we have Tottenham in the Carabao Cup and you guys in the FA Cup, we honestly could go out in both those rounds right away.
You'll beat Tottenham.
We could, yeah. It's a possibility.
It's Richard Bournemouth again.
It's the thing with them is that they're so wishy-washy. They turn up one day and they don't turn up the other. And it's like so far it kind of also looks like that they play better against the bigger teams as compared to the smaller teams. So for me, I'm still looking at that game as something that I'm not entirely confident for. So those are 2 games that we could like eventually just be out of cup competitions right away. And then we have to scrape for 6th or 7th probably, because I think that's the highest that we could reach the season. I want him to go win this Europa League though, because I feel like our best chance of getting into the Champions League is by winning that trophy. And I think he's a good European manager. That's at least what he's shown so far. So I'm kind of trusting him on that. But with all that stuff being said, I know where this squad is at. And I know he's going to have problems. And he said it himself. He said a storm is coming. He said we are going to suffer in like the rest of the season. And he realizes, he took this job knowing what it's going to be. And with that said, with that being said, I kind of have faith in him, because why would you want to leave Sporting, a team that you could have won your 3rd league title with, and you were literally cruising in the Champions League. You had just beat Manchester City as well, mid-season, with all your players and all that you've done for that Sporting club, to come to us and we're a mess. Like, I get it, the money is cool and all that. Like, you probably got your biggest payday ever, but we're a mess. And the scrutiny that you will get and how this could affect your credibility as a manager too. Like how maybe in the future, some fans or some teams might not look at you the same with how your situation at Manchester United went out. So with all that being said, he decided to come here and he knows what's at stake. So with that same thing said, I expect him to get over the line. If you are this great manager that everyone is hyping you up to be and all these clubs are after, you should be able to figure these type of things out, and you have to adapt to it. And that's really what it is. I'm not expecting the world from him. I will have much, much bigger expectations after he gets his team, because I know this is not even his team. These are not even players who are well equipped for this type of system. So yeah, that's really it. We wait until the end of the season. Summer for me is the biggest thing ever, because I want to see if Ineos go actually back him, like you backed Ten Hag for all the players that he wanted, and look how that turned out. He's not even here anymore. And we're now with just some of these players who are just not good enough for the system. So hopefully he gets backed. I have full faith in his system. I like the way we play. Like, it's such a breath of fresh air to just see us link 5 passes together from time to time. And sometimes the way that we move the ball is really, really good, like against Ipswich, against Bodo Glimt, against Everton too. A lot of the goals that we score are actually tap-ins. It's just the way that we move the ball. So I have a lot of things to look forward to. I'm not concerned. Arsenal was always going to be a tough game. Even with the lineup that I had preferred going into the game, I still said a 1-1, because I look at Arsenal's team and I look at the players that you have and also the form that you guys have been in recently. You are far, far, far better than us. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. And we move.
I thought we were a lot. Yeah, and I thought we were a lot better than we played. But here, that's not to say that United didn't come out and show what Amorim can offer. Like there were some chances there. The Dalot chance. I don't remember who got the header that Raya went out and saved. I mean, you score that goal, I think the game takes on a completely different complexion. De Ligt, De Ligt's header, David Raya, incredible save. But I do want to go back to what you were talking about with the set pieces and what we're talking about. People are making a bigger deal out of it than it is. I think people need to, if you don't like Arsenal scoring from set pieces, learn how to defend it. Number one. Number two, a lot of the time when we're scoring these set pieces, they're leaving whole men unmarked. Harry Maguire looked like he was lost out there on that second goal. He was literally throwing up his hands. He didn't know what was going on. So I will credit Super Nico Jover. I'm not going to talk about Mikel Arteta, because Mikel Arteta, every time Nico scores a goal, he goes up to him and hugs him, and I bet he's whispering in his ear, "Thanks for saving my job." This guy, he's seriously winning games for him. But look, goals are goals. I'll take the 3 points. I'm shameless about it. I don't necessarily think that this manager is ever going to get us over the line, but I still want to see us win games, especially against our biggest rivals. And Man United are our biggest rivals. Let's not get it twisted. Mm-hmm. In terms of Ruben Amorim, you guys will be there in 2 or 3 years if you stick with it. The guy was invincible through the season until he left Sporting for a bigger challenge. I don't think people are really clocking that very much. And then you saw the fall off when we go to Sporting and beat them 5-1 in the Champions League. That is how bad it falls off without him there. So United have a manager. They have a manager. They just like you said, Ineos has to back him. the way that you guys play with the 3-4-3 or the modified 3-4-3 is going to be threatening. You've seen it have success in the Premier League. You saw like a really, really bad Tottenham team play that way under Conte, and he got 4th place. You saw Man City win a title playing that kind of formation, so it's one of those things where it's that the formation, if they play to his system and they get players that fit into the system, they're going to be dangerous. And while I'm glad we got the win, we got to watch our ass in the next couple of seasons. I'm dead serious. I mean, you're gonna see some churn. You're gonna see some churn at the top in the top 4, and I'm fairly sure. I'm fairly confident to say that United will be in the top 5, if not next season, then the following season after he gets some transfer windows.
Yeah,
what do you got now?
Well, I was like, we were talking to SHIK earlier backstage, and he was talking about the, Amram, the new manager, et cetera, and have his style of playing, right? It's going to take time. But it's like those 2 corners, it's not like we just boshed them in there. Like they came off the back, right, of one of the players, and it bounced around and hit in. So there's a point there. But the thing is that these players are getting $300,000 plus a week or less, a little more, right? They need to know how to defend corners. The 3 of us could defend corners better than they could the other day.
Yeah.
Because it's all just about communication and lining up a size and watching where the player runs. It's football 101. And that's why I think at times the squad itself is so bad that no manager can come in there and fix those mistakes with headers. You can't fix concentration. You can't fix, attentiveness to what's going on around you. You can't fix communication between the players, right? These guys are the best of the best. And if they can't figure out corners, then the problems are much deeper than Ruben Amorim knows about. And like you said in the press conference, the storm will come, right? And well, I think the storm landed at the Emirates, because I just, I start to think, even not with United, but other squads, that sometimes the squad makeup is so bad that there isn't just a manager that can come in and just fix it, right?
Yeah.
And it will take, and the fans' expectations are to get it fixed now, but at least you're a sensible one, SHIK, and know that this is a project, right? And, it's weird to think that Ten Hag won 2 trophies over Arteta and still got the fucking sack. And Arteta still has a job, right? I mean, it's weird. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think there's deeper issues with United that Amorim can just come in and just solve, with a blink of an eye.
Yeah. No, I agree. The players
real quick. Big up Omar for the raid. Big up Omar for the raid every single time. Big up Omar. Go and subscribe to Omar. Omar, drop your link in the chat so people can subscribe. If you live under a rock and you haven't subscribed to Omar, what are you doing? This guy's an absolute legend.
But yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I completely agree with what Dow said too. These players are fragile. Their mentality. It makes me sick, because like the moment the going starts getting tough, these guys fold. Absolutely fold. Their heads are down. They don't want to make runs. They're like bickering at each other for passes and stuff like that. There's no form of leadership, and that's we've seen, like, even before Ruben Amorim, Bruno Fernandes, who is our captain, has ducked away from Big Six games in the past, and it's quite evident out there that he's picked up bookings to miss certain games. So if our captain is doing stuff like this, then man, what do I expect from the rest of these players? Who are they looking up to in that squad? We had senior figures like Varane, but Ten Hag kicked him out or didn't favor him, and whatever happened with him. And unfortunately, he picked up an injury, and I think he's done for the season. So shout out to Varane. But yeah, stuff like that. Like he wasn't good with Casemiro, and Casemiro wasn't on the pitch against Arsenal too. So we lacked the leaders in that game for sure. For someone to just go and tell them, yo, pick it up. Stop this like mentality where you guys just start giving up, because I can just name a few. Garnacho, one. Like if he's not having a good game, he just makes everybody else have a terrible game alongside with him. So that's just what it is. And the mentality sucks. And these guys are fragile. That's why I want obviously newer players. We need a lot of new players. Like we need a clear out of 8 to 7, like Dow said. Yeah, some of these players are just not good enough, man. They've been here for so long. We've seen them under different managers, and it's always been the same outcome.
Right.
What I don't want Ruben Amorim to do, though.
I know, right.
Yeah. What I wouldn't want Ruben. Exactly. They're not. Like we've seen Mourinho, Van Gaal, We've seen like Ragnick, all these different managers come in, and they always talk about the same thing, that these players' mentalities are just not good enough. Like Ralph Ragnick came and said, we need an open heart surgery because everything from top to bottom was just like terrible. So look at all these managers who have come through the door, and these players still couldn't be helped by them. So I don't know what more to say. It's like even Pep could come through the door, even Sir Alex could come through the door, and it wouldn't make a difference on these players. So it's all mentality. Yeah, like
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. I don't know because
I don't know, man. Like some of these
that's what I'm
players,
saying.
some
I
of these
don't
players
know.
have just some of
They're
these players
terrible.
have just shown to be absolutely terrible. I mean, how long
Terrible.
are you gonna put stock in Harry Maguire? How long are you gonna put stock in a Marcus Rashford that falls off for months at a time, a year at a time? You know what I mean? Like, and look, while we can give Amorim shit about not starting a hot Rashford, like there are moments where there are long swaths where he will just completely disappear. So I understand what you're saying, where you want to see more consistent, better players in there. I mean, outside of like Diallo, Ahmad, and
Mazraoui, I'd say
Mazraoui and Mainu, like.
Yeah.
And lately Onana, I think Onana's been one of the best goalkeepers in the league this season. Like, who are you keeping? You know what I mean? Like,
they build a team around those players right there, you know. And I can almost assure that they're going to get Gyökeres in January this summer.
Oh, I hope so.
I just
dude,
I don't see it coming to Arsenal. I mean, as much as I want him at Arsenal, the connection's there. They brought Amorim for a reason. It's to get that goal scorer in there.
That would be horrible.
Xerxes can go out on loan. Højlund can be the backup. Marcus Rashford has to go. I still don't know why. At some point, you got rid of McTominay, who's destroying it at Napoli. I mean, he was probably one of your most powerful midfielders at the time, right? Even though he was, not that highly rated, but I mean, at least he's athletic and can run, up box to box. I agree with TJ and SHIK. Some of these players look like they could care less.
They're bottle jobs. That's the reality of it, is that they are bottle jobs. Any moment in that game, if we went 1-0 down, like I was lucky that we were lucky that we didn't go 1-0 down in the first half, because if we did, the scoreline probably would have 4 or 5-0. It easily finishes 4 or 5-0 because these players are fragile. So with all that being said, though, like, I know where our club is at. I know where we're at with these players. I know there's only so much that Ruben Amorim honestly can be able to do with this team. I want to see what that so much is. How far can he achieve, like, with this squad, right? Because like you guys mentioned, Ten Hag, as bad as he played or as bad as his performances were with Manchester United, he won 2 trophies at the end of it. So he still has some credit in the bank in terms of that. Same thing for Ruben.
Let me ask you this real quick. Sorry to interrupt. Is this game against Forest bigger than the Arsenal game? Because you're expected to beat Forest, right? You're not necessarily expected to beat Arsenal.
That was going to be my next question.
Sorry to interrupt, TJ.
No, go. No, you nailed it. We're on the same track, man.
So, this is the thing. In hindsight, to me now, this game does feel bigger. But only based off of the fact that like you guys said, I never predicted us to get anything from you guys. So I had already gone. I was going to the Emirates thinking that we were going to lose. I was just hoping to see good patterns of play. Hopefully we don't get packed. And to be honest, like we conceded 2 goals from set pieces, which I am concerned, like I am pissed about, but also in the past, we have folded as a team, like performance wise too. So for the most part, like I thought Arsenal weren't the same Arsenal that we've been seeing, like not the same Arsenal that we saw against West Ham, but you guys still won the game, and that differentiates good sides against sides like us. Like that's why you guys are where you are, because you find a way to win. So with that being said, I think Forest as of this moment is the bigger game, of course, because I want to see how we respond. This is the first time he has faced any type of adversity while being at the club, and this is I know it's only like his 3rd or 4th game, but I would have wanted all this stuff to happen earlier, much later on than much later on in the season. Experiment all you want right now, Ruben. Like this is what I would say. Experiment all you want right now, because at this moment right now, in terms of the points and the table itself, we're still pretty close to a lot of spots. So it's kind of like you could lose games at this moment, but later on when it starts getting a lot more tougher and results will matter, you have to figure out how you're going to get over the line, because yes, we want to see performances too, which is big, very, very important for us United fans at this moment. but it is a results business, and you need to get results at the end of the day, and you need to be able to find a way to get a result. Arsenal, like I said, as much as they weren't able to score from open play, they found a way to score, which was set pieces, and they won the game. So same thing for us. If we're having some trouble in terms of creating, just like that Arsenal game in the second half, you need to find different ways for you to score goals, and that comes with different players, playing them in different positions, trying out different things. So let's see what he does. I want to see a very, very strong lineup against Forest. I don't want to see any of that rotation type of stuff. I want him to have figured out a starting 11 probably by the next 2 or 3 games, because we're starting to get a lot of our players back from injury. The only one that I can really think of is I think Luke Shaw, who's been out. But Ericsson's there. Mount is now available, even though I don't rate him. But Martinez and Menu just missed the game because of suspension, so they're still available. So now that we have all these players here, who do you set up, and how do you find a way to win?
No, I agree. I mean, and there's I don't think that there's any question that United don't win this game, to be honest with you, especially when Nottingham Forest take on some of the bigger clubs. Obviously, you got to talk about Liverpool. They played that game completely great. But I mean, Dal, their form lately has not been good. They played us and they haven't, and they won
the other day.
Ipswich. They beat Ipswich.
Yeah.
I just think that but I think Nuno's found a formula with Forest.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's found a formula to keep him in the league. I don't think he has. I just think the quality that United have, like, yes, of course, compared to some of the top big six teams, Man United do not have that quality. But now that they have,
like, TJ started, but think about their work ethic. I mean, like we've been saying, like they give up. They're bottlers. They don't have. I don't know if they have the fighting instinct just yet to go up against this Forest.
I think United, and I can't wait to get to predictions because this is going to be very, very different. I just think Forest do have fighters. Don't get me wrong, and they do set him up very, very well. But under Amorim, man, like Amorim should be able to find a starting 11 out of that even dross that should be able to be motivated enough to beat Nottingham Forest. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong, but it's at Old Trafford. Like what are we doing here? Like, you got to be able to beat teams like this.
Greatly underestimating the Bush. I think I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think almost player for player, TJ, right now, Murillo, better defender than all of United. Gibbs White, better than United.
We made Murillo into our bitch. I don't know what you're talking about. We bent that guy over.
United now. United's everybody's bitch. No disrespect, SHIK. But I just think that we are vastly underestimating Forest. Even if it is.
I can't wait for predictions. This is going to be such a good one. Oh, there she is, Mrs. Dow. Is Mrs. Dow going to Maui?
Oh yeah, the whole family's going.
Oh, that's gonna. Oh God, can I come? Anyway,
I'm going because of her. Shout out, babe. What's up?
Yeah, but I mean, look, you as long as you don't start that front three SHIK, you start Rashford, you start Diallo. Like it's a wrap. I think, to be honest, I think it's a wrap. And you'll have Martinez back, you'll have Manu back. You'll be solid, I think, but. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on Tottenham Hotspur, because we don't talk about them a lot, and I think it's funny. Yeah, I know, because they're so irrelevant. But I think last season, what we were talking about 14 months ago, they were the champions of the league, right? October 2023 champions. You put it on a sheet. You put it on a shirt, right?
They were.
Is this? I want to ask you guys a question. Is this Ange's last ride?
It's looking like it's going to be. And this is what I would say. When it comes to Tottenham, right? My issues with Tottenham and why they are the certain.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Hold on. No, get him out of here.
Leopard
this
in the
guy.
Tree.
No. This is why Hussam is such a fraud, bro. He will just come in here. He will just come in here, drop this bullshit, and just then leave.
Yeah.
This is what he does. So I could literally say anything. I could play any video that I want disparaging Don Hussam, and he will literally not see it. He'll never see it.
Which are we speaking of, TJ?
I don't know what video we're speaking of. I deleted that video, allegedly. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep
going.
I
was gonna say, with Tottenham, like my thing with why Tottenham for years has been the way that they have been is honestly from the ownership. But I feel sad for Ange because this is the reality of Tottenham Hotspur, and he wasn't able to get them over the line.
Don't feel
So
sad.
I mean, because I like Ange. No, because I like Ange, and I see what Ange is.
Come on, bro.
To be honest, Tottenham though is a good example. Is a very good example of kind of like where we're at too. Ange realizes that the players are not good enough, and this is just what he kind of has to work with. And there's a certain limit, or there's a certain like length of how far he can really go with the squad. And that's just about it. I would feel bad if he does get sacked, to be honest, because I don't think he should. I think he should still be given more time, and he should actually be backed, because look at the players that they signed. They signed Timo Werner back to back. Like, you're going into a season signing Timo Werner again. Like, this is
Jacob on right now, and that is my point. Why would you trust this man when he goes and gets Timo Werner? That's my thing, Sheik.
Yeah,
I'm not sure Timo Werner. I'm not sure Timo Werner and Ange signing. Though.
That's what I don't know, is whether it was an Ange signing or not.
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
I don't think Ange is a bad manager. Like I said, the trust is just eroding. It's eroding in the fan base. It's eroding,
definitely,
in the players. But I don't know.
Yeah. He didn't.
No, and this is what I'm talking about. And we talked about this in the American Waffle chat that Jacob is no longer in. But we literally said, Ange doesn't deserve Spurs. That's the thing. Ange deserves better than what Spurs have given him. And that's the thing. Like, Ange can go anywhere, and if they actually back him and give him the players that he wants, I think he'll succeed. The only thing that I criticize a little bit on Ange is he can be a little arrogant in terms of how he plays the high line. He doesn't really change up a lot of his tactics. It's always high line, high line, high line. I think if you're going to succeed in the Premier League with some of with the shit players that they got, and they do have shit players, like Ramiro is having an off season and he's been injured, like Van de Ven, and then to boot, you have the style of play that these players are not fit to play with.
Yeah.
Like, I think you give Ange enough time, he will get players that can actually play to that. But they won't have it, and they won't give him enough time, and they won't back him. So see you later, Ange.
You're 100% right, because I was listening to our boy Deji today talking about now it's
shout out Deji.
We never expected this, we never expected that, but man was blowing up last season, right, when they were first place in the end of November. And the whole thing is, we predicted this last season that this whole thing would blow up in front of them. It's more that I think Tottenham are in the same boat as United practically. There isn't a single manager that can get that team to win a Premier League. It's the squad. But I think it's Ange too. He's kind of a prick like Arteta is. He wants to win his way. But if you're a Tottenham fan, do you trust Ange? Like, did we trust Arteta 2 or 3 seasons ago to go splash the cash? No. And we still kind of don't, because we still got Calafiori, who's average, Moreno, who's still really kind of undiscovered. So I can see Jacob's point too, is where, like, do you trust this guy? Well, I guess I could ask Jacob, do you trust this guy with 100 million to get the right players in? I mean, that's the point. Again, it's a team that I think they're better than United, but I just think that it's not clicking with this manager. And he wants too much. And like you said, I agree, TJ, he wants too much out of this team. You cannot continually play the high press, and expect results every weekend. Number one, you're not us, you're not Arsenal. And number two, that you just don't have the squad for it. You don't have the athletic ability. And number three, you will never be like Arsenal.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say this. I think that Chelsea are going to turn him over. It's going to be very bad. I'm predicting a 3-0 minimum. I think it's going to be very bad, and then Ange will leave, and they will be in the same position they were in before. And we had the same discussion 18 months ago when they hired him, to say they won't back him. We're going to have this conversation in 18 months. It's like that. It's like that circle meme that you see all the time. Yeah, it's a cycle with them, and they'll never break out of the cycle as long as they have Daniel Levy there. And long may it continue from an Arsenal perspective, like and from a rivals and the rest of the Big Six perspective. Nobody will take them seriously, and that's what pisses off true fans like Jacob, is because he'll back them until the day is long, but he'll never be rewarded because they continuously don't build and they don't trust these managers. You have serial winners up to the point of Pochettino. Pochettino was looking very, very good. He fell into a spell, and then you fire him and you bring in Mourinho. Mourinho's about to get you to a trophy. You fucking sack him before the final.
Right before the final. And Mourinho gets a trophy everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes, he's won a trophy.
Except
Tottenham. It would be Tottenham too, you know. That's the craziest thing. It would be Tottenham.
Dude. So we're talking about Andrew's record, but I mean, seriously, we're talking about Australia and Scotland. I don't think he's that level yet of an elite Premier League manager, right? He's not at the Mourinho, right? And I'm not saying Arteta is either, of course. I'm not trying to make that comparison, but Ange just isn't there yet. I think Tottenham, oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this, is a little bit of too big of a club right now for Ange. Ange probably would have been better at an Everton.
I hear that.
Maybe Wolves, and really get his, take his bumps and bruises in the Prem to work himself up to something like Tottenham. That's a high pressure job. Everybody knows Daniel Levy is one of the biggest assholes in the Prem to deal with. The players know it. The fans know it. Jacob knows it. Like he says, he trusts Ange, not the club. And that's where we have been with Arsenal, kind of here and there.
Depends on the day sometimes with our fan base.
Depends on the day, right? and the type of beer you're drinking that day, if it's bourbon or whiskey, right? So I just don't like Ace. He's suitable for championship side, right? Right now, it's just the jump from Australia to Scotland, and maybe he was in Japan. I'm not sure. I just don't think he's good enough. And that's why I just always try and laugh and cook you guys, because I think Daniel Levy makes these decisions based on numbers and sometimes without fan emotion, or sometimes he'll go too far in his own emotion, even where you overspend on players because he thinks the name is better than the actual skill, And at the end of the day, you guys don't win anything at all. It's just a big merry-go-round. And obviously we've been on that merry-go-round too. I'm not trying to make the comparison. I just think that, it's another, Spurs United are very much in the same boat right now. The players sometimes just aren't good enough. The management's good, but I mean, as for Amorim, that's the, an outlier, but Ange, we've seen now, it's not good enough, and Daniel Levy could cut the strings after Chelsea, and then where will you be? Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't think that you're going to find someone better than Ange right now. Who's going to take this shit show of Spurs?
Ryan Mason.
Probably, because he's always there. Like, he's always there.
Ten Hag is for sale. I mean, let's be real. Like, Ancelotti's not coming. They're not getting Van Gaal, Capello, any of those old school heads, any of the old professors from the 2000s are not coming to Spurs. They had their chance with Conte and Mourinho, and they blew it. Right?
I think they actually interviewed Ten Hag before we interviewed him, and I think they rejected him. I think they rejected Ten Hag's interview. Jacob would know. Yeah, Jacob would know. I'm pretty sure I heard something like that.
If Ten Hag comes in there, and they get 6 wins on the bounce, that would be incredible. But they still ain't going to beat us. But they may get to 12th. But the thing is that I guess with SHIK, I guess repeating myself, that the players just aren't good enough. No, I don't think you need an absolute boss of a manager to come in there.
I think they're going to
go. How funny would it be if Erik Ten Hag went to Spurs though? What a 360 would that be? That'd be so funny. I'm sorry. I just thought about that Ajax fumble back in 2019. Anyway,
if that happens, TJ, Flawless will drop the sighting thing. He will drop it. I'm telling you, he will drop it. If Ten Hag is Tottenham manager, he will drop that. He's like, nah, I want nothing to do with it. But yeah, that would be terrible.
And it's bad. It's bad when Daniel Levy thinks you're a prick. But anyway,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, but I mean, realistically though, if we're being serious, Spurs fans want to win a trophy, right? Who's a manager who's won 2 domestic trophies in 2 seasons? Hey, not me.
The proof is in the pudding.
The proof's in the pudding. I'm just saying it. I'm just speaking the facts. That's it. Don't hate the player, hate the game. It is what it is. But anyway,
6 months and Ten Hag's getting the sack. Stop taking it.
Oh my God.
Now let's not take the piss here.
I certainly wasn't.
Well, I think you are.
Yeah,
That's
well,
great.
you know, we have to sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. Respect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of crazy.
Like,
But yeah,
go.
smash up the likes, guys. And if you haven't subscribed to SHIK TV, what are you doing? You can find him on Mud Brothers on his YouTube channel. You can find him on that Absolute Frauds channel. You saw him on A-listers. Absolute fraud.
Jordan,
And then
you're king,
obviously,
bro.
and then obviously you can
fraud.
find him on. And me and SHIK are obviously both graduates from the Sarcasm City TV Academy, so you can find us both over there. With our guy and fellow fraud Flawless. So Arsenal Fulham, we got to get into this before we get into predictions real quick. I think we should win this game, but I'm not comfortable at all, Dal. I don't know about you. We have Zinchenko will likely start again. Calafiori doesn't look like he's going to be ready. Gabriel didn't train, so he's going to be out. So you're going to see Kiwior again on the back line. I wouldn't expect any changes at all for the rest of the lineup. So same lineup against United that we played. I would expect to see the exact same. But Fulham, they're a bogey team for us. They tend to get points off of us at least one time a season. Our last couple of times we went out to Craven Cottage, I think season before that, we beat the piss out of them 4-0. But last season, I remember it clear as day. I was watching it driving home from my in-laws' house on New Year's Eve, watching us surrender, watching us concede in 2 goals in the second half because we took our foot off the gas after scoring in the first 5 minutes. Dude, and then you got to add the factor they got Iwobi there, they got ESR there, and you can go ahead and just put them down for a goal. Put ESR down for a goal now, bro. Like that's what I'm saying.
He got a point to
what are you
prove to
thinking?
Arteta. Yeah, he got a point to prove to Arteta.
Yeah, you piss off ESR, man. Like I'm not saying it's not going to be a run. It's not going to be a runaway train, in my opinion, at all.
It will.
They looked great.
No. Yeah, we're gonna smash them 3-0, bro.
Oh, really? Oh
yeah, they getting past the half.
Me and Tyler
they just beat Brighton too. They just beat Brighton.
Bro.
And Brighton's been playing very, very good. They beat Brighton yesterday, 3-1. I think they beat Brighton yesterday. Yeah, 3-1 at home.
No matter. Our defense is too good, bro.
That's true.
Even with Kiwior and Saliba, Calafiori will probably be a less. California will be out. So Zenny will control. Zenny will go inverted. We'll have the 3-4-3. Timber will be massive on the right. I don't see anything. If Reece Nelson's on the left and Timber's on the right.
Is it Reece Nelson? Aren't we still? He's on loan, so he won't play.
Yeah, he won't play. Because he's on loan.
He won't play.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Then whoever it is on the left side, they'll be in Timber's pocket. Bro, I've told this many times, TJ. The momentum. You win game after game after game. That's how you build a comeback, right? Coming back to Liverpool. That's how you build a championship side. You take each game as it comes and you win each one. And you get the confidence in the squad to win each one. We're going to batter them. I'm with Omar, 3-0, bro. Even if it is the Cottage, I don't give a shit where it is. They are not good enough. Polina's not there. Iwobi had a great game. Big whoop. He ain't doing jack against us. I don't see him. Acers is 2-1. I mean, I'll put my prediction.
I'm with Acers, by the way. I'm with Acers.
I go 3-0. I think I've got to go 3-0. I think we just completely lock them in their half. We pass it around. We put in a set piece or two. The goals will come in this game. Their defense is not good.
I just rate. I mean,
their defense is not good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Calvin Bassey. The only one that I really like in their defense is Anthony Robinson. That's one player that I actually would take at United today too.
And he's a left.
I would take him. I would take him.
Yeah.
I would take him at Arsenal yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Get him. He is one of the best. He's a top 3 left back in the Premier League. He's American, so obviously I have an agenda. Like this kid cooks. He cooks.
Yeah, but we beat them. Remember, the beginning of the year wasn't it 4-0 to be in 2004. They were one of those teams that we beat 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. Chelsea, right? They were in the run of games after that Crystal Palace game. So, but here's the thing, TJ. Standards FC, we have to beat them 3-0.
I agree with you.
We have to now continue with the X factor, the motivation, the confidence we have from Sporting, West Ham, and then now United we beat. I mean, if we let Fulham stand in our way, then we don't deserve to win this trophy. And I got a call from my supervisor real quick, so let me jump
Yeah,
out.
no worries, brother. No worries at all. No worries at all. No, like, and this was my big thing with Arsenal fans. Like, look, we're the only thing that gives me pause, and people are going to call me negative. They're going to call me TJ. We have momentum. We don't look like we have momentum. We did not have momentum against United in open play. We did not look very threatening against United in open play. Like set piece FC, yeah, that's fine. It's 2-0. We still scored. But the lack of open play creativity against United worries me. We did not look good going forward. We did not look like we were going to be scoring anything from open play. And we need to start turning that around, because teams like Fulham, who have a very, very good manager in Marco Silva, will know how to take advantage of that. We are not invincible here. We can be beaten by this Fulham team away. And if we do lose, if we do drop points, that's game over for us. I don't even want to talk about, if anybody who comes on here and talks to me about a title race and Arsenal being in a title race, I'm kicking them off the channel. I don't care. Really doesn't bother me that much. I'm just saying, like
I hear you.
This Fulham team, like they are in sixth place. Is anybody going to say that they were going to be in sixth place in December? I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I would have had them in 10th or 11th.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, no, just my thoughts on that. Oh man. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah. Okay. Big up Jacob. Yeah, he's part of that Spurs show now. He's part of the Talking Tottenham talk show. Oh God. R.I.P. Sarcasm City monetization. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Shout out Jacob.
R.I.P. It was good. Big up Jacob every single time. But yeah, I mean, Sheik, what do you have any thoughts on this one before we get into predictions?
No, I was gonna say actually, I was like, there's no way Arteta has that same type of performance with the Arsenal team that you guys had against us. This is not even a disrespect to our team, but I think this is a bigger game for you guys. Like Fulham away is a bigger game for you guys than Manchester United at home. Currently, it is a bigger game right now because Fulham is a tough place to go at this moment. At home, you guys have been better, and we're not the best either. So this game will be tough. Yeah, it's really important to see how you guys play. I think if Odegaard honestly just shows up, you guys are fine. Odegaard is such an important player for you guys, and I rate him so high because you can see the difference of when he's there and when he's not there. So if Odegaard turns up, you can expect Saka to turn up because they both play so well together. Their chemistry is great. Defensively, I think you guys will be all right, even though you have a couple of injuries. I think you guys will be all right, but it's more so just, if the performance is not good, revert to the set piece thing again. It's fine. You need to get over the line. You need to get results at this moment. So it's like, that's why I'm against this whole set piece thing, because there's a way to win the game, and that's a way for you to win the game. So,
well, and here's the thing too. Yeah. Here's the thing too is that, and I was looking on Twitter, and Lee Gunner posted this stat. We only have one more set piece goal than Aston Villa and Everton.
Yeah, so it's like
this whole
nobody calls them set piece FC. Like
no, we're scoring goals in crucial moments. Good. Yeah. It's part of the game. But again, the open play, like you guys kind of gave an antidote onto how to lock down Arsenal's offense. Just don't give Saka space. Don't give Odegaard space, and you severely limit options, because Trossard isn't going to come and rip up trees if he's in the starting 11. Martinelli's hasn't been good in 2 years, consistently. It's not hard to figure out against Arsenal, but where we have been hard to figure out is the set pieces.
Yeah. True. And like I said earlier, it's a way for you to win a game. I don't think anyone should be mad about that or have something to say about that. Some of us can't even score goals right now in this league. Like some teams are struggling to score goals. So all of those teams would happily be a set piece FC today if it was up to them. That's all I would say.
Yeah. And here's Ryan, the Arsenal fan. Big up Ryan, I guess.
He thinks Arsenal's going to win the league.
Dude, this guy drops into my DMs like I drop into Scarlett Johansson's DMs, bro. Like this guy is unrelenting. Like after we beat West Ham, which I would expect to beat West Ham, this guy's like, you're winning the league. Like we're still 7 points behind Liverpool, who have one of the easiest schedules through January, and there's no AFCON. There's no other competition that are going to take these guys out, pending massive injuries to like Gravenberch, Soboslai, and Mohamed Salah.
Like
These guys are winning the league.
Yeah,
Let's be real. Let's just be real about it.
It is
yeah,
true.
man.
It's true.
But yeah, man. Anyway, guys, smash the likes. Make sure you're subscribing to SHIK TV. We're going to get into predictions. I don't know where Dal is. He got called away by his supervisor. So I think me and SHIK are going to go through it. But you in the chat, play along with us. I am going to restart the spreadsheet. So if you guys put your scores into the comments after the show is over, I will put you into the spreadsheet and we'll have a little competition now through the end of the season on who was the most accurate. So let's get into this weekend's games. Big one starting up, Merseyside Derby. We got Everton hosting Liverpool. What do you got, SHIK?
2-1 Liverpool. Think they win. Yeah, 2-1 Liverpool. It'll be tough though, because I think it is the last Merseyside derby at their stadium. So they'll be up for it. Everton will be absolutely up for it. I think McAllister misses the game because he picked up a yellow against Newcastle. So that's a big miss. But I still think they'll get over the line and they'll win 2-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-2. I think there are goals in there. It's gonna be emotional. Like you said, last match at Goodison, Everton are gonna be up for it. Don't get it twisted. I might actually wake up to watch that one. I can't believe I'm saying that. That's at 6:30.
I thought about it too. It's like 4:30 for me, but
dude, 4:30. But I mean, I think, but we could start having different conversations if Liverpool drop points here, but I don't think they will. I'm gonna go 3-2. 3-2 Liverpool. Brentford, Newcastle. Brentford at home.
Brentford, Newcastle. I'd say 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah,
I was gonna say draw 2, dude. Come on, man. You're you're gonna go Desmond on that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Desmond. Yeah, Desmond.
Dope. Okay, perfect. All right, we'll do that. We'll go 2-2. I'm gonna go 2-2 as well. Newcastle at home. Different bag. I think if Newcastle were playing that one at home, it would be a different story. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-2. Aston Villa, Southampton. Aston Villa at home.
Oh, Aston Villa 4-0 or 5-0. Yeah,
I'm gonna go 5. I'm going 5-0.
Yeah,
Southampton are done.
9.
And here's the thing, and I said this before, and I'll say it again: cancel the parachute payments for Southampton. Send them down, bury them like Norwich. Like they're the new dude. They're the new Norwich. Like bury them. Don't let them back up here. Period. End of story. Do not let them back up here. It's embarrassing now.
For real.
I'm going 5-0. I'm going 5-0 Aston Villa. Crystal Palace at home to Man City.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's interesting. That's an interesting one.
Oh, that's tough. Crystal Palace at home to Man City. You know what? I think because we play them right after that game, away to at the Etihad. I'm gonna say they win. I'm gonna say 2-1 Man City. Yeah,
I think they're back. They looked comfortable against Forest. That Kevin De Bruyne goal was vintage.
Yeah,
even
Doku,
that was nuts, bro.
Yeah, even Doku's been playing. I forgot what game it was, but he's been playing pretty decent.
Dude, that really disappoints me because Doku playing well goes against my agendas. I'm not gonna lie. So
what's your Doku agenda?
Dude,
what is your Doku agenda? He's garbage.
That he's garbage. Yeah. That he's garbage, and he has no finishing product. But this season he's kind of proven me wrong, which is annoying. So I need him to return to form. And by form I mean return to bad form. Dal, you all right, man?
Yeah, I just had a little couple fires to put out.
Okay, no worries. Rapid fire. Shoot us your prediction. Everton, Liverpool.
Liverpool 4-0.
Damn. At home, Brentford, Newcastle.
2-2.
2-2. That's exactly what we said.
That's exactly what we said,
yeah. Aston Villa at home, Southampton.
3-1.
3-1. Okay. And then Crystal Palace, Man City. Crystal Palace at home.
Ooh. That's going to be tasty. But 2-1 City.
Okay. 2-1 City. I'm with you there. All right. SHIK's Man United hosting Nottingham Forest. Now we were gonna have differing opinions on this. We'll go ahead and start with SHIK.
2-0 Manchester United. That's what I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
Dal? This fucking guy, man.
1-0 the Forest.
Oh my God. There's no way that they'll keep United silent. I don't think. I'm going 3-1 United. 3-1 United at home. Yeah. I think they're gonna bounce back. And yeah, Ruben Amorim, you must. Yeah. Fulham at home to Arsenal. Craven Cottage. We'll just get to this right now. What do you got, Dal? I'll go Dal first, and then we'll go to SHIK.
Okay. We're away to Fulham. No Gabrielle. Piece of piss, mate. 3-0.
3-0. This fucking guy. Big up, Robbie. What do you got? SHIK?
Yeah. I say 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. 2-1 Arsenal. It's not going to be a walkover, but we'll get it done. 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal, baby. Come on. Don't embarrass me.
Good.
Leicester City at home to Brighton. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Leicester lose because Brighton have been good. I'll say 2-1 Brighton.
Yeah. I think Brighton will be looking to bounce back.
Yeah.
I'm going 3-1 Brighton. What do you got, Dal?
Is it at Brighton?
It's at Leicester City.
2-1 Leicester. Believe in
you believe in Ruud?
I kind of rate him. I kind of do. I don't, because he is a. And I know this before you really started paying attention to Arsenal, DJ. I get that. I fucking hate Ruud van Nistelrooy. I hate him with every.
You guys have a reason to, yeah.
I hate him as much as I hate / love Ronaldo. No, not that much. I love Ronaldo much more than Ruud. No, but he is a proven winner. He went to Madrid. He's played with Ronaldo, number 9. He is a proven winner. And in fact, I think United's style of play looked better for the 4 days that he was in charge at United, to be honest.
One could argue that. Yeah, one could argue that.
Ruud van Nistelrooy is no joke. And I don't know what he's going to do with this awful Leicester team, but you're going to hear more of Ruud van Nistelrooy in the Premier League. He was amazed he got the job that fast. He himself was amazed that he got a job offer like that. He thought he was going back to Holland, to Heerenveen, wherever he was from. So, he was in Heerenveen before United back in the day. But Heerenveen's a small club, right, in the Dutch league. So anyway, no, Ruud van Nistelrooy is a proven winner, and yeah, like even Robbie, he's certified. He's bro. I sound like I'm gassing him up as an Arsenal fan, but the fact of the matter is that he's a proven winner, and he will develop a style play, and he'll develop a managerial style. And I think Leicester if Leicester has some money to throw into him and invest in him and actually listen to what he has to say and not jump to conclusions and think something they are that they aren't, he's going to be a solid manager for them.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Ipswich at home to Bournemouth. What do you got? SHIK?
3-1 Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I think they continue to perform with the win against Spurs. So
yeah, they look good. And Ipswich are Ipswich. What do you got, Tal?
Ipswich, yeah.
I think 2-1.
2-1.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Yeah, I'll go 3-1 Bournemouth. I just think that, Ipswich. I want Ipswich to stay up just because, it's not like I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan, but I just think having clubs like Ipswich in the Premier League is cool. I think
good stories. I think these are great stories. Yeah, great stories to have these.
Let me ask you guys a quick question about not Ipswich. Who was the other team?
Ipswich and Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Let me ask you guys something about Bournemouth. Would either you guys take Justin Kluivert right now at Arsenal or United?
I wouldn't. No.
Wow.
I wouldn't.
son of Patrick Clive.
It's not against him. It's just more so I think there's better out there that we could get.
Yeah, there's better quality. Like the level of our clubs need better quality in my opinion. I rate he belongs where he belongs where he is. Like he is at the club level that he believes. Yeah,
like I'd have to see a significant amount of improvement from him to even consider him to be at the club, to be honest. Because what he does right now is good, but I can't just. I can't obviously just go off of this spell that he's having and stuff like that. So, but he's a good player though. It's nothing against him. It's just more so I think he's better. Yeah,
I think Tottenham were in.
I could see him go to Tottenham 100%.
Tottenham could use a player like him currently at this moment, to be honest. Yeah, they could.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Tottenham at home to Chelsea. SHIK, go ahead.
You know what? I was waiting for this one because this is where I was going to be a little bit different from you guys. I think Spurs are actually going to win. I'm saying 2-1 Spurs. Yeah.
All right.
How are they? How do you think they're going to win? Like
this is why. This is what I'll tell you. Because 1 week they lose, 1 week they win. So it's
and that's it. Nothing about the play. You know, there's a certain player will
that's the only thing that I have for Spurs winning is that 1 week they lose, 1 week they win. So I think this is the week where they win. So that's just what I was saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. What do you, Dal? I know where this is going. So go ahead.
This is going 1-1, TJ. 1-1.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
I love this.
Yeah. I mean, it's Spurs at home. They'll be up. They will be up for this game. I'm on my looking at
Oh man, big up Warrior J though.
Big up Warrior J, man.
Warrior 1-1. Warrior, I believe you're a Chelsea fan, right? Is he a Chelsea?
Yeah,
he's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, he's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I'm going 1-1. I think the two teams cancel themselves out. If it's 2-1, you know, I think it could go 2-1, but someone scored in the 89th minute. Either that be like Kulusevski or, you know, God forsake Enzo maybe buries one and then.
I needed to be Timo. Werner.
Yeah, right. Timo Werner.
Right?
I mean, there's a lot of stories. There's some stories we could develop out of this clash. But I think it's.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one with agendas.
I think that's true. I think Chelsea are far better than Tottenham, but I think Tottenham will learn something from what happened at Bournemouth. Ange is smart. He's a decent manager, just not Prem level, but they will find a way to draw. But I think, to be honest, it's going to be 2-1. It's going to be 1-1, but it could be 2-1 either way late in the game. Somebody will fuck up late in the game.
Yeah, well, I think Chelsea are going to run away with this one. Spurs have so many injuries. They're going to play. They could be playing. I think Ben Davies picked up an injury during their last match. Udogi's been absolute dog shit. Their entire back line, Poro's been bad. Their entire back line is awful. Their midfield is the best part, but they have nobody to feed up there. I don't see Spurs scoring in this match, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be 4-0. 4-0 Chelsea. I'm going 4-0 Chelsea. Chelsea are on fire. I think they're going to absolutely own that midfield. Spurs won't even get a sniff. 4-0. 4-0.
Crazy. That's not even a crazy take. Yeah, it could happen. 100%.
Yeah. So that's where I'm going. And you know what? I hate both teams equally, but I just the winds are blowing that Spurs are going to get turned over. Sayonara, freaking Big Ange. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.
That's a good thing too. I mean, if Spurs do lose and it is 4-0, I think that is Ange's tombstone. I do. I think if it's 1-1 or
done.
2-1, I don't think he gets gone. But if it's 4-1, 5-0, 4-0, you know, I don't think 3-0, but 4-0 there's got to be a threshold somewhere where where Daniel Levy is just going to pull the plug.
Yeah.
But again, go for it, because there is not a manager that's going to come in there and just fix things up. True. You know, just like you had said, SHIK, like you admitted that there's not just one, like Amram's not going to go there and just fix up
magically fix things. Yeah, it's not how stuff works.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think a lot of Spurs fans believe that. I think they still believe so much in Ange that he's going to get them to this promised land of a championship. I mean, it's completely delusional. That's why we call him delusional Deji. You know, shout out Deji, my brother. But it's
shout out Deji.
You know, the talk this fan base makes, and what they provide out on the pitch are completely two different things. And I just don't think, like, even with Ten Hag, we talked about him coming in. If that happens, yay.
Oh my God. If that actually does happen, though, that would be crazy. If Ten Hag actually goes to Tottenham. Ten Hag's Tottenham. Oh,
that'd be hilarious.
Crazy. Ten Hag's Tottenham. Ten Hag's
that'd be hilarious.
Cock standing on his head. Like
I will get banned. I will get banned from Sarcasm City TV if that happens. I'll get banned.
I will forever clown Spurs. Like, I actually have nothing against Spurs. I have nothing against Spurs, but I will forever clown Spurs if they actually get Ten Hag, because I hate Ten Hag. Absolutely hate him. But yeah.
All right. Last not least, well, last and kind of least, this game's going to be interesting. Monday night, you got West Ham hosting Wolves.
That's not interesting.
Yeah, West Ham, 3-0. 3-0.
3-0. Oh, geez. Yeah. All right.
Wolves going down.
What do you got, Dal?
Wolves are going down.
1-1. Both teams are shit. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 West. I'm going 2-1 West Ham. I think Wolves are done.
Everton put 4 past Wolves this weekend. Everton.
Wow.
Everton. So yeah, I think West Ham are they're going to absolutely demolish them. Man. You think so? You would think so, but yeah.
You would think. All right, guys, we gotta sign off. I gotta go say hello to my family that's actually here. Big up, SHIK, for joining us. Excellent debut.
As we
gotta have bro. We gotta have you back. We gotta have you back.
I'm there.
Appreciate your insight.
Yeah,
we got to appreciate your insight. You're level-headed. You're not deluded like some of the other people that we have on here. Shout out Deji every single time after time. Cindy Law for FC. Shout out yourself, SHIK. What do you got coming up, man?
Yeah, like, first of all, absolute honor, like I said, to be on this channel and to be on this show too. I love this show just as a fan too. I watch it all the time, so to actually be on here as well is absolutely crazy. But thank you so much for having me on and for having this conversation about our clubs. Shout out to Dal and both of you guys every single time. Shout out to the chat too. Make sure you guys obviously run up the likes and subscribe to all of us. Where else do you get to see content like this? So come on, man, support us all. But you guys can find me on SHIK TV. Tomorrow we obviously play, so I will have a match reaction right after the game. I don't do live match reactions anymore, so I do a little bit video, like small videos, so definitely check those out. And then Monday we'll be back for Mud Brothers, where I will have a special guest. Man like Saad will be back again on Mud Brothers. So shout out to Saad. Yeah, shout out to Saad's Football Corner. Obviously subscribe to him too, but that's about it. Mud Brothers on Monday, and then tomorrow we're back for the match reaction after the Forest game. But big up.
Big up. Everybody go and subscribe to SHIK TV. Absolute legend. Dal, anything before you jet set, my friend?
Arteta out, Van Nistelrooy in. No, I was kidding. No, thanks a lot, SHIK, for joining. I'm glad you have on the show. Great seeing you, bud. Shout out Sacramento.
Shout out Sacramento.
Shout out Sacramento, and shout out Eric Ten Hag for joining Spurs and.
Yeah, for joining Spurs, yeah, but I won't say it. I won't ever say shout out to him. Yeah,
but shout out to everyone in the chat for joining us today, and thanks TJ again for a great show, great stream. Yeah, top show today, and 3 points. We just need 3 points. That's it. That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Give us. That's all I'm asking for as well.
I don't care if the ball bounces off Kiwi or his shoulder, his ass, or bounces off Timber's earlobe and goes in. I don't care. As long as we get those set pieces, let's win the game. Thanks again, TJ.
Absolutely. All right. This has been episode 83 of the American Idiot Show. We are going to redirect you over to Saeed, who is doing a debate about who should be Manchester United starting 11. So go over there and say TJ Warren TV raid. And until next time,
you don't have the answers.
Do you have the answer?
You don't have the answers.
Tony, do you have the